Greetings to all you non-bakers out there. I'm Chef Jill from Chef Jill Does That, and I'm here to prove you wrong. It's showtime.
The easiest dessert ever. That's how Chef Jill Sienna of Chef Jill Does That describes what's about to go down in the DelmarvaLife kitchen.
We like the sound of that too, because I myself, not much of a baker.
Okay, I'm here to prove you wrong today.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready. There's not a whole lot in front of us, so.
No, this was like the easiest trek down to Salisbury because I had one bag, so you can do this.
Okay,
I promise you can.
Okay.
Yep.
So what are they called?
I just call these pumpkin soft baked cookies.
Okay.
This recipe is like 60 years old. It's been around a really long time. It goes by a bunch of different names. But basically, that's what it is. It's a soft baked cookie, and it's 2 ingredients.
2 ingredients.
2.
I like the sound
And
of
you
that.
might have both of these things already given the season.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
you may not even have to do any shopping, which would be really handy.
Well, let's go down the list of ingredients, shall
A
we?
long list of ingredients. So the first thing we're going to do is, Leah would like to help me today.
Yes.
So would you add 15 ounces, it's 1 small can of pumpkin into this bowl here for me.
And this is just pumpkin, not pumpkin pie mix.
That's correct. So this is not pumpkin pie filling, which actually has other things in there.
Sure.
It has spices already added to it. It's got a sweetener added to it. This is just pure pumpkin.
Pure pumpkin.
If you're not a pumpkin person, you can actually sub out applesauce for this recipe. Apple butter works really well, and sweet potato mash works really well for this. So if you're like, ooh, pumpkin, I'm out, you have lots of other options. If you're an apple cider versus pumpkin person this time of year, use apple butter. It's incredible.
That's
How'd I
interesting.
do?
Good. Perfect.
Nailed it.
And then the only other thing you're going to add is a box of spice cake mix.
That's it.
No eggs, no
eggs.
oil, no nothing.
No, nothing, because this cake mix already contains a little bit of fat. It contains your leavening. It contains your gluten, because there's already flour in here, and your sweeteners. So this is everything
Everything
goes
you
right in
need.
here.
Oh my goodness.
I'm also not adding, feel free to go ahead and dump that on in there. You can say it on occasion. We're also not adding any eggs or oil to this recipe, which means we're not adding any additional fat. We're not adding any cholesterol to this. So this meets a lot of dietary restrictions for folks.
That's interesting.
Oh, don't.
Hello.
Okay, so when we were like,
It's real life here. It's real life.
She's so excited about it.
anybody can bake, we did not account for
I just realized we did not put on our aprons.
Yeah, I did too.
You have to be really careful. If you are gluten-free,
You don't even need an apron.
if you're gluten-free, you can use a gluten-free cake mix. If you're sugar-free, you can use a sugar-free cake mix.
Okay.
They all work.
Okay.
So you can make this recipe a lot of different ways, and you don't have to use spice cake. You can use yellow cake or chocolate cake
those
or
spice
whatever you
cakes
like.
smell
So
delicious.
you could
do some-
change this up so many different ways.
Right, to meet
Yeah.
whatever your dietary restrictions are.
Okay.
And if you want to be fancy and add a 3rd or 4th ingredient, you can stir in some minced nuts, you can stir in those little chocolate chips, you can do anything like that that you want to make these special.
Dress it up, dress it down.
Correct. So once you don't see any powder left in the
Yeah.
bowl, once you've got it kind of all mixed together, you don't want to overmix it because then they'll get tough.
Okay.
Avoid that.
Okay.
So we'll overwork the gluten, which is not a good thing.
Okay.
Once we have it kind of so that you can't see the powder anymore, which is right about where we are, then Lisa's going to be my designated scooper today.
I am
All right,
the
I'm
scooper.
gonna-
I have a disher, which is, this is an 1.5 ounce disher, but you can use a tablespoon
Okay.
if you want.
All right, I think
And
I'm
you're
passing
gonna
I've
this
just
never
down.
heard it called a disher before.
That's chef term, yeah.
Ah.
So what you're going to do is scoop them about 2 inches apart. I line my pans with foil, just makes them easier to clean.
Okay.
And it gives me an insurance policy so they don't stick.
We like
'Cause
that.
sometimes your pans get scraped up and then everything sticks.
Yep.
Like that?
And that's what you do.
Oh my goodness.
And
Perfection.
literally, that's it. You don't
That's
have to
it.
flatten them, you don't have to put little marks on them, nothing like that. You just scoop them out, plop them on.
But you do have to bake them.
You do have to bake them. Please bake them.
Well, there's no, I was saying there's no eggs or anything.
So you know the danger of people being concerned about eating raw dough?
Sure.
Actually comes a lot from the flour.
Really?
Not from the eggs.
Oh,
I
there's
did
that
that.
little warning on there. They're
Yeah,
like, bake
because
first, the first
flour is a raw product. A lot of eggs, because chickens are fed feed now, there's a little bit less risk of it. Of course, there is still some risk with raw eggs, but the flour is where a lot of the danger comes in. So if
I
you have
did not know
uncooked
that. I
raw
did not
know
flour,
either.
that can make you really sick.
Interesting.
So make sure you bake these. That's the point. Make sure you bake these.
2 ingredients, a little bit of stirring, a little bit of scooping. We're down to just 1 step left for these soft baked pumpkin cookies, and they look amazing
Yeah,
already.
they do.
I'm
So-
done.
Jill, Chef Jill Sienna of Chef Jill Does That.
Thank you.
We're just going to call you Jill. We're on
fine.
personally.
I think you're enough.
Friends now.
I appreciate it.
Let's make some pumpkin soft baked cookies and put them in the oven.
Oven, 350 degrees. 12 to 15 minutes. They're going to start to dry on the top just a little bit. That'll let you know they're done. Because we
Yeah.
didn't add any extra fat to these cookies, they're not going to brown very much, but that's okay.
Oh.
They're going to keep their orange hue.
Okay. And through the magic of television.
I happen to have some right here for you.
have some right there, and that's how they come out of the oven. Sans the flowers.
The flowers. Yep, I put those on there for a little decorative touch.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Now you can serve them just like this, or you can
Get a
put
little
a
more
little
fun.
magic on there. You can sprinkle a little fairy dust. This is spiced powdered sugar. So I just stirred a little pumpkin spice seasoning, mix into some powdered sugar.
Genius.
That sounds amazing.
And I'm just gonna dust.
Yeah.
You also can drizzle a little bit of white frosting on top of these if you want, or sandwich them with white frosting, and they're fantastic that way
The
too.
possibilities with this recipe are endless.
Yes, and it works for so many dietary restrictions. So
Yes.
if you have somebody in your life that's gluten-free or that's sugar-free or whatever, you can customize this a million different ways.
That is amazing. And you could really impress some people by making these cookies.
These can go right in your Christmas cookie box.
Yes.
Or on your Thanksgiving table. They'll fit in perfect.
All right, so I guess all that's left is tasting.
If you would.
Oh, such a burden,
we know.
we get paid to do this.
I'll step back so you guys can get
okay.
in there.
And they are nice and soft.
Yep. So if you love a soft, kind of cakey cookie, this is your go-to.
do.
This is your go-to.
And they're moist. This is amazing. And it's so easy, and it'll definitely impress everybody at the Thanksgiving table. So
Nobody
you're
will
right.
know it's 2 ingredients.
Yeah.
Nobody will guess.
These are amazing. And can you put like cinnamon on them too,
You can
maybe?
put anything you want on them.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to change anything here.
Me neither. It's a great way to
I love being a bad influence.
get through the day.
It's my favorite.
We love having bad influences here in the kitchen.
You can be our bad influence any day of the week.
I appreciate
Jill
it.
Sienna, Chef Jill does that. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
my
showing us
pleasure.
how
Thank
to
you for
make
having
these 2 ingredients.
Always.
And amazing.
Yep.